How about now? Okay. I don't know what it was telling me something when I first hit the live button, so I don't know. So let's go back and say hi to everybody that came in. Holy crud. I know that who was here? Mighty Bell was the first one in. Hello. And then Rosie and Nisi. I don't know what's going on, Nisi, but hugs to you. Annie is here. Hello, Annie. Joan is here. Hey, Joan. And Cindy's here. Good to see you. And there's Mary Webb. Yes, Chelsea has been in some excruciating pain with a nerve that is bothering her. She has been to urgent care. She is working on it. I don't know whether she'll be in tonight or not, but please keep her in your thoughts. Hey, Lorna. Hey, Kat. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Nisi. I'm sorry you're having a bad day, though. Hello, Joyce. Yep, I think I got that fixed now, right? I'm just working my way down. Laura, good to see you. Sandy, hey. There we go. Yeah, that going out and coming back. What is that? What it's just like a reset button, isn't it? I still think you might have been a little off there. I think she means autocorrect. Autocorrect. I'm working my way down, you guys. Can you hear me now? Hey, can you hear me now? Oh, autocorrect. Hey, Susan. That's funny. That's some funny shit. Oh, goodness. Every Chelsea, everybody is sending their love. She may be in bed. I'm not sure. Hi, Sally. It was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Make some more cracks. So this is a hand dyed silk scarf that I bought from Donna. She died. I don't know if she's still dyeing them, but this is the one that I got and I love it. Hey, Bree, come on in. Yes, happy Friday. Thank you. I love it. It sure did. Great, great. I love it. It's great. Yeah, I love it. Hi, Laura. Laura's Block Ministries. Everybody's coming in. You guys were ready for this Friday. Did you guys watch or did you see the end of the Take Care of Maya trial? I would really like to know how many of you watched or saw the update on the trial, and I'd also like to know how many of you actually watched the, documentary on it too. Steve, oh my gosh. The deal that you sent to Chelsea is absolutely beautiful. I have got to show let me show you, Steve, you stinker. Steve's a stinker, y'all. Let me show you what he did. I absolutely love, love, love this pattern. It's absolutely beautiful. So he won yarn from Chelsea and he sent her that. Steve, it is gorgeous, and I love this detail around the outside. I don't know what pattern you made, but it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, and she absolutely loves it. She just loves it, Steve. Just returning it slightly different. Yes. She sent it to you and yep, I figured that's what it was. We couldn't remember which yarn it was, but it's beautiful, and she loves purple. So thank you again. I know it is, but what is that that's on the bottom? Because it's got like, a geometric pattern going along the outside. The ever blue shawl. The ever blue shawl. Okay. I need to write that down. Somewhere. Somewhere I'm gonna write it down. A mosaic, yes. Oh, not gonna use that one. It doesn't have anything in it. The ever blue shawl. Okay. I wanna look that one up because that is really cool. Love that. Got the wood burner going and hot coffee and ginger ale, so nice. It is stunning. By by Ilya Bjorn. Okay. Chels, he just told us the pattern and I just showed how beautiful it was. What Steve sent you. How are you doing, honey? I hope that you are comfortable. So Sandy said yes, she watched the verdict and the money they have to pay. Yes. Hey, Denny Benini. Everybody is sending love to you, Chels. They know you are hurting, and I hope it's better tonight. Okay. Made her whole week. She has had the week from hell this week, and it really, really did make her week. It really, really did. It's Cindy. Bree, her name is Cindy, and she has her own channel. Y'all need to go check it out. Okay. So I am going to turn on the camera so you can see, um wait, is it on? It's connected. Well, poo, poo, poo. Hold on. I gotta go find it again. For some reason, I always have to go and find the GoPro, app. It gets lost when I have to go out and come back in. So I go in, I have to type it in, and I go back and I find it, and then once I do that, then it shows up back in my taskbar down here. Now I unplug it, then I plug it back in, and then all of a sudden everybody goes, "Oh, there it is." Gotta love technology. But we're doing it. Now Cindy's been here, she's been on my channel a long time. She got busy doing something. Oh, because it's for her? Oh, how funny. So you had to scramble and hide it. That's funny. Now, you guys, tonight we are making the back of the sweater, okay? So let me bring that in and show you because I have written out your instructions. The instructions are also at the bottom in the description box, okay? I'm gonna hold this up for you so you can see it a little bit better. This is we're gonna do the back. Now let me tell you why we're doing the back. Because I want you to measure this and make sure that this is as wide as you want it to be before we do the 2 front pieces, okay? That way, if you feel like you need to add some ease, then you can. So, hello, Susan. If I didn't say hi to you, I forgot. So, that's what the back is gonna look like. Now, right here, where it has these little indentations, there's gonna be a bind off. Right there is a bind off. This is the for the arms, okay? And this is very easy. It's just 6 stitches here, and then you just continue on up. Now I'm gonna keep holding this up so you guys can see. Hi, Kathy. Oh, that's cool, Bree. Bree has made the back and the back of the sleeves for her crochet cardi. Just has to do the front and the front of the sleeves. Well, good. You're right in there with us too. Okay, so for your back, you're gonna cast on either 63, 75, or 87 stitches, depending on which of those 3 sizes that you're making from the beginning, okay? Then you're gonna knit 1 row, and that is on the wrong side. Then when you flip it around to do the next one, that'll be the right side. You wanna put a marker on the front, and then you're gonna work in the pattern. Now, our pattern is knit 1 row, and then on row 2, you're gonna knit 1, you're gonna purl 1, you're gonna knit 2. You're gonna do that all the way to the end where you're gonna purl 1 and knit 1. Then you're gonna do that again, knit, and then do that, knit, and then do that. And you're gonna do that for 20 inches. Then we're gonna do that bind off, and you're gonna bind those 6 stitches off. That's this little divot. You're gonna bind off 6 stitches on the next 2 rows, so that I'll be on one side and on the other. At the same time, you need to do that with this pattern here. Keep your pattern. And then after you bind off, then you're just gonna continue on for 9.5, 10.5, and 11.5 inches. And then bind everything off, and that's your back. It actually is very, very simple to do. So does that make sense, you guys? Any questions so far? Because I don't know that we'll get the whole back done tonight. I don't see what I'm gonna try to do is cast on and show you how to do these armholes, how to do this bind off part, how to do the pattern and everything, and then we'll move forward. Yeah, she got some pretty things. Bree got some is Breezy's Crafty Creations. She has a channel too, and she got some really pretty things in that Hirschner's haul. Really pretty. Yes, the Purl one knit 2 ribbing. The so the sides are also let me come in here. The sides of the sweater are also done in the Purl one knit 2 ribbing, okay? Except we'll be adding on I see you, Joan. Except we'll be adding on our our actual ribbing on the sides along with it. Yeah, I wasn't sure how you were going to do this, Cindy, because I know you're doing everything else in stockinette. So you'll have to adjust. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing? Lynn is our Louisiana friend. Good to see you. So you're confused, Joan? Okay. What part is confusing you? I'm going to show you how to do the pattern, so don't worry. Doing well. Oh. Are you still in Louisiana or did you move? I had thought that you were going to move, but I wasn't sure. Okay. Now, I will say this because Susan is asking me about the yarn and all of those things. Just everything I just said, right, Joan? Susan, we are using number 6 bulky, okay? We're using, I will go back and show you that. Let me go back and show you. It's number 6 bulky yarn. Now, I do have a playlist where you can see there. It's hard to do this. Size, US size 13 needles with a 9, that's a 9 millimeter. I'm using a 24-inch cord. I'm going to use some stitch holders and some markers. For a size small, this is our 3 sizes right here, a small, a medium large, or extra large to 1X. But these are very large, lots of ease. So 875 yards for small, 1,050 yards for medium large, and 1225 for a extra large 1X. But just know that these are oversized, and it is a cardigan. And our gauge is 21 stitches to 30 rows. But you can go back to the playlist and watch how we did the other parts before this, because we've already done the sleeves and the pockets. Now we're doing the back. Is the anniversary cake a 6? That would work. Okay, so I did remember that you moved. Well, I am so glad to see you, Lynn. The anniversary cake is, yes, it is a 6. And it's 1,061 yards. So that would make the 1X. I had not thought about using those. That's an awesome idea for that. Man, I got enough to make like 6 sweaters. Hey, we could give one away. We should give away an anniversary cake for the sweater make-along. Hey, Sharon. Yes, it is ribbing, which is okay. You don't have to do them. And I know, because you are a much more skilled knitter than I am, I know that you will work that out. I don't have the measurements, though, Cindy, for like inches wide. I want everybody to measure. And usually when you when you do something, at least for me, like if I take a pair of pants that I'm in a store and I'm trying them on, I will try them on and put them on here, and if it goes at least a halfway around, I know it's going to fit. That's kind of how I figure things. So I want you guys to do your first row, and then I want you to try it and make sure that it's going to be, or take a shirt that fits you and lay it down and lay that on top of it and see if that's going to fit you. That's why I want us to do the back before we do the two sides, because we're not really totally expecting the two fronts. We're not going to put buttons or anything on them. I do. This is an anniversary cake. Of course, this one's teals. And it shows that it is 35 ounces and 1,000 grams. 1,061 yards. I don't like to handle these too much because they tend to come apart. We all know that, right? But yeah, that's an anniversary cake. If it's teal, it's Jill. Okay, you understand what I'm saying. Well, you'll get it. You'll get it. I'm glad you're here, Sharon. Haven't seen you in a while, and I was about to send you an email and say, "Hey, girl, what's going on? How are you?" So I'm really glad you came in tonight, and I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's oversized, so it's very forgiving. Oh my gosh, it's Kelly. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Haven't seen you in a long time. I'm so glad you're here. What is up with you? What you been doing? I know Kelly from way back when I first started my channel, huh? Okay, now time to cast on. Now what I'm using is the Bernat Softy Chunky. That's what I'm using for mine. And the color is True Gray. And I'm also doing one in black. So I'm crazy like that. I'm doing mine in black. Yep, doing mine in black. Okay, now time to cast on and time to talk crime. So I went back and looked because yesterday I added really wrong. And I thought, and this is how I know how much to cast on, you guys. Okay, I'm going to show you how I do it. I simply take my needle and I wrap it around my needle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I usually do 20 at a time. So I grab that where that 20 is. So this was the 20 right here. So grab that and I double it, which is 40. But I'm also gonna do it again. So I've doubled it. Now I'm gonna do it again, and that's 60. Then I'm gonna pull a little bit more, so I have 75. Oh, you were at Comic-Con in Rhode Island. Ah, that is so cool. Oh, I bet you have been busy. My goodness, she's doing chemo again. Oh, I remember when she went through chemo the first time. Well, I hope she's doing well, but I know you're busy. Kurt Cobain icon jumper. I've not heard of that one. I have not heard. That sounds cool. Okay, so that's how I guesstimate. Now I'm not gonna do the knitted on for this one because it's a lot. So I'm gonna do the long tail cast on. Okay. And I'll just have to check every now and then about how many I got. I'm on this size that I'm making, I'm doing 75 stitches. Yeah, but it sounds cool. I see that it's crochet, but it really does it sounds really neat. So I went back and looked. For some reason, I thought when it was all said and done yesterday that Maya and her family had received over 500 million. I was mistaken. They received somewhere in the neighborhood of 231 million plus 50 million for punitive damages. So almost 300 million in damages. Now, what am I talking about? Yeah, I do that so it doesn't clank on the table. Otherwise, it makes that noise every time I move it. I started that back when I was doing tutorials. Thank you, Denny. There it is. 288 million is what they received. They received damages for false imprisonment, for battery, for fraudulent paper. All the work that was filed was all fraud. It was fraud. They lied. Basically, they lied in the paperwork to cover their butts. And I don't know, was it wrongful death? I'm not quite sure if they got wrongful death, but it was for the death of the mother, Beata. Now, let me just give you a really quick synopsis on this. I don't know all the details, and I'll probably miss some things. However, here's what happened. Maya Kowalski was believe she was about 11, maybe 12, and she went into the hospital because there had been a storm. They were living there in Florida. This is down at Tampa, I believe. And there had been a storm, and she had been in a little bit of a remission with her disease. However, the storm kind of threw things off, and it stressed her body. as you know, there's a lot of electrical energy in a storm. There's a lot of, strain and anxiety and that kind of thing. And so her body went into a bad spiral, and so they went to the hospital and asked for help. Now, Maya has a condition called CRPS, which is chronic regional pain syndrome, I think. I believe that is what it's called. Let me count. Okay, that's 57. So I'm getting close. And I believe that they call her particular condition the suicide disease. Hi, Frozen. Good to see you. Now, her parents were unable to get any results from traditional medicines, from traditional therapies. So they wound up finding a doctor that was an expert on the disease, on her condition. And he did a particular type of treatment, but he was not allowed to do that treatment here in the US, which meant that they had to go to Mexico to have the treatment done. And what they did was, and this is prior to when this happened, okay? This is prior to when the episode of what happened and why they went to court. This is prior to that. And she was able to get relief from the treatment. And they put her in what's called a ketamine coma. So they gave her the drug ketamine and they put her out for 4 days. And when she woke up, in a way, there had been a disconnect between her response to what was going on. And that stopped the pain. Now, it wasn't completely gone. She still had to have therapy. I think I got one extra. And I am okay. Okay, Annie's got hers cast on too. So she was in a type of a remission, okay, from her condition before this storm. And I can't remember, it was a I want to say it was a hurricane, and I don't remember which hurricane it was. Now, when I do too much, I hang on to these pieces because I can use this for like sewing on the pockets or something like that. So I just hang on to it. I've got another piece here. So now I've got 2 that I'll use to sew the pockets on. Okay, now just knit that row, you guys. Once you get yours cast on, then you just knit the row. And then we'll do the pattern. Then I'll show you how to do the pattern. So she wound up going to Johns Hopkins. There we go. Johns Hopkins Children's Hospital in Tampa. And when they got there, now Maya's mother was a nurse, and she knew her way around a hospital. She knew her way around the medical system, and she knew Maya's condition. She knew the things that that helped Maya, the things that didn't help Maya. When she got to the hospital with Maya, she took her. She didn't go in an ambulance. They admitted her. She had something called dystopia, where her feet and her feet and ankles were turned inward, called dystopia, where she can't straighten it out. She had that, which was what she had before her treatment in Mexico. And pain, lots and lots of pain was going on when she took her to the hospital. So her mother said that she needed to have ketamine treatment. That's what she told them when she got there. She told them she had CRPS. She told them that she needed ketamine, and she told them how much she needed. Well, the hospital has, that particular hospital at that particular time, they had protocols for how much ketamine they would give. And they wouldn't give her as much ketamine as Maya's mother said that she needed. And because her mother was talking about all of these treatments, alternative treatments and things, they started to think there was something wrong with her mother and the way that she was approaching the care of Maya. So long story short, we're going to skip some of the other details, but someone in the hospital turned Maya's mother, Beata, in for Munchausen by proxy. Oh, it certainly can. And I don't know how much you guys know about Munchausen by proxy. It is where they say that the mother is taking the child in, and the child really either is not as sick as she is saying that the child is, or as sick, the child does not present as sick as they are claiming, as the mother claims that she is. Or in some instances, the child isn't sick at all, and that the mother is doing it for attention. So that is what they claimed. It went into CPS, and then again, I'm jumping ahead, and I'm not going to get into all the nitty gritty stuff. You can go watch the documentary. I want to say it was a Netflix. Documentary. Yes, the same as Gypsy, but yeah, got a little something going on with that one, that case. That's coming to y'all, but not not here. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's what they yeah. So, you okay, Bobby? Okay. He seems a little restless tonight. I know. It's coming. It's not the next one, but it's coming. You know where. Hi, Suzanne. So they get CPS involved and they wind up because they turned it into CPS, they wind up keeping Beata from Maya. They won't let her they take her to court and then the judge sees that he thinks there's enough um because of what the hospital presented to him, because of what CPS presented to him, he's getting all of this paperwork is coming to him saying that all of this stuff is going on. So he says that Beata cannot see Maya. So she no longer go. So they're holding her at the hospital. They won't let Beata see her. They won't let her see her mother. They monitor all the phone calls. They will not and this happened to several families around this time. Several. It was going on across the country and still does. And I understand there are some legitimate reasons to take kids I mean, we've talked about lots of them here. Definite reasons to keep kids away from the parents when they're beating the holy crap out of them. Or starving them, or all of the umpteen million things that we hear and we talk about here. Yeah. Coyotes, they do run in packs. They absolutely do. And this is one of the things, the medical kidnapping, yes. Yep. So, they called it in for Maya, they called it false imprisonment. They also called what they did to her in the hospital with all the things they did with her, they called it battery. They held her down and took her clothes off and took pictures of her, and she did not consent to that. Her parents did not consent to that. They didn't tell her parents they were going to do that. There was they just decided that one of the doctors ordered that they do it, and they took her into a room, and they held her in that room, and they did it, and they kept trying to convince her that there was nothing wrong with her. Yeah. They told her father that if he tried to take her out of the hospital, he would be arrested. So then he felt like he was really in a rock between a rock and a hard place because they had already said that she couldn't see her mother, that the mother could not come and visit. They were able to talk on the phone, but that was it. So they go back to court again, and the mother thinks that they're going to let her go and at least go and see her with supervision. She's like, "I don't care how many people you want to put in the room with me and my daughter. I will do that. I will most certainly do that, but I need to see my daughter, and my daughter needs to see me." And the judge said no. So the mother hung herself in the garage. She felt like it was the only way that her daughter would be able to get away from the hospital and get the help that she needed. So they were awarded damages because of the fact that what they did caused this woman to take her life. So if you're wondering about that big number, it's big for a reason. Uh-oh. Whistle, whistle. I don't know what that one is. I don't know if y'all know what whistle means. I'm glad they won too. Me too. Yeah, you have to take even herbal supplements and stuff, but I will tell you this, there are some herbal supplements you do have to be careful of. They interact with some of the medications. So do understand some of that. But they do try to poo-poo them. Yes, they do. They try to say that they don't do anything. But yet, mm, so I do feel that this is going to be a precedent-setting case. Thank you, Chels. Aw, you still here, honey? I'm so glad. I know I started to bawl. I started to the tears were welling up in my face watching that verdict because you know what? I know when you watch if you did watch it and you saw that they were getting all this money and all of this stuff, you know what? That is not why they were crying. They have been through hell and back. They have been told, "No, we can't go to court." "Okay, yeah, we can go to court." "No, now we can't go to court." "Okay, now we can go to court." They have just been not only just getting out of the hospital, but then trying to go and stick it out to make the hospital pay for what they did has just been a nightmare for them all, and what you saw with that emotion was just their relief that it's finally over and they were right, that somebody saw that they were right and did something about it. Okay, Chels. I hope you're doing okay, honey. And you know I worry. You know I worry. I worry about my girls. So after Beata killed herself, it was not long after that. Mm, I believe there was a temporary injunction that allowed her to go home with her father and brother. And once they were out of the hospital is when they hired a lawyer to get they also had the CPS case going, and I believe they were released. I believe that's what did it is when Beata killed herself. No, you never stop worrying, do you? Hey, Christine. I got my California cup tonight. I know we have several California people here. Oh, I've got my I think this one is a hazelnut flavored got some flavored coffees from Amazon. Something called Roasted Ridge, I think, and it was because you only get, what, 10 or 12 little pods in a little box for, like, $8 to $10, but I got 100 of them for 30 from Amazon. So it's almost like they force you to go to Amazon to buy stuff, you know? And so I got it with a bunch of flavors. This one is hazelnut, and then I have the almond creamer, French vanilla. Yes, representing California. So if you wonder why the big fuss with Maya, that is what it was. And like I said, I think there is a series on Netflix. I believe it's like 2 or 3 episodes. But man, you guys, today was just this week was just the culmination, and they have been litigating. I mean, out and out litigating this case because those lawyers, they had every paper, every little line, every little witness, everybody that was it was it was brutal litigation. Hey, Adele. Hi, Gracie. Y'all are both here tonight. Good to see you. Uh, okay, Joan, you got cast it on and you've knit 1 row. Well, I'm right at the end. I'm almost fixing to tell you. I'm fixing to tell you. 2 more. I'm slower when I'm trying to talk to y'all, but I'm getting her done. Okay, now I'm going to turn it. I have knit my first row. I'm going to turn it, and now I want to put a marker. I'm going to put a marker here to mark that this is the front. Got a bigger one somewhere. But I can see that. We can see that, right? Maybe not. I don't know. That's hard to see. Nope, I took them out. Let me get a bigger one. Be right back, you guys. Maybe I can find something. These go on the side of they have the magnet, and they go on the side of my cart. This is what I usually use for stuff like this because you can really see it. This is just 2 of them. And then I have all of those ones that I put up on the shelves. There's a sloth one. There's that little kitty. These are the ones I got from Elizabeth over at More Crafts. Yay, you're caught up? Awesome. I got my Jack. That's another one from Elizabeth. There's Jack. There's the little Mandalorian guy. I got the Gnomey guy. He's fall. That's the fall gnome. Well, I should do this one. Maybe I should do that one. What do you guys think? I kind of think I'm going to do that one. I could do this one. The Jack to my Jill. Yeah. I could do this one, but it's a little heavy right now. Maybe when I get farther up. Anybody know what that is? I got this from Randy's Ramblings. Randy's. Oh, perfect timing, Katie. You guys have to go over. Katie just put up her second podcast and it was awesome. It's awesome, Katie. You're going to do great. There were several times in there I laughed. I could read your mind. I loved it. It's under the chat boxes in your TV and you can't see it. Oh, how funny. Well, can you see it now? But I'm not using that one. I'm going to use the rainbow. Yes, you need to go sub to Katie. Who else here has a channel? I know Bree has one. Sharon has one. Cindy has one. Bridget! Hey! Bridget has one. Katie has one. Oh, I'm so glad you came in, Bridget. How are you? Okay, I'm going to put this on the front here. And then I'll move it up. As I go up a little bit, I'll just move it up. Katie is Naughty Knitting Sacks. Is the bomb. Uh-huh. Yay! Awesome. You're welcome. Oh, I had so much fun watching you. I really did. And Bridget has a channel. Trying to think of who else in here has one. That may be everybody. Do you have one, Suzanne? Nisi has one. Okay. Oh my gosh. Have you not gotten a Naughty Knitting Sack yet? I'm surprised you don't have one, Cindy. Christine says she does not. Is that your new pixie haircut? I love it. I love it. It turned out really good. You just got some assembly required on the wedding dress. It's now waiting on the dye before you get busy designing. Oh, good. That's awesome. Suzanne does have one, but only if you chat. Okay. I'm not sure what that meant, but she does have one. I was thinking she did. Remember, she told us she got it cut in a pixie. It turned out really, really cute. It really did. And then did you just go blonde with it? Because you weren't blonde before, I don't think. Bridget, I love that you are designing your wedding dress. I just love that. I do. It is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna have to show y'all how this goes. Hold on. Here we go. Are y'all ready? We're gonna do okay. I need to go do something real quick. You know what time it is, y'all. It's that green donut. I don't know what it means either, but it's awesome. Okay, be right back. Is it time? Come on. Okay. Mr. Fiber's going to do it for me. Hold on just a moment. Na 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 na. Okay. we went south, didn't we? Oh my gosh. That's all right. You fit right in. Okay, here we go. Now you're going to start the pattern. Okay? You knit that first row. Now you mark this as your front side. Okay? So now that was all set up. That was your setup. And here's your pattern. Row 1, knit. So we're going to knit again. Pun, 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 pun. So knit again. But I think it's wonderful, Bridget. How is hubby doing? How is the king? How is he? Is he doing better? I believe it was was it his back that got him too? My daughter Chelsea's been dealing with that this week. So have all of those yarns sold? All of your I want some of your hand spun, Bridget. Just so you know, we should talk because I want some of your hand spun. Exactly. Whatever makes you happy. Exactly. I was crying. I mean, when you got those y'all, I got to take this silk scarf off. I'm getting hot. When you got those flowers in the mail, you had the whole shebang right there, and I was so happy for you. Oh, hip replacement. Okay, okay, that's it. I was thinking back. You have okay, wait, what? 3 braids to spin and 2 hanks left. Okay. Self-striping purple and blue, and the other is in pinks. Oh, I love hand spun. Working on the country dishcloth by Rich Textures. 3D texture. Ooh. Oh, how cool. You did do it blonde. I thought so. I love it. It's very striking, Christine. It is very striking, and I love it. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to knit across, you guys. Row 1 is the knit row. This is your pattern. Row 1 is knit. Okay, Karen. Good night, friend. You be careful. Yep, I'm a hot mama. What can I say? Oh, and the book. Yes, we need to talk about the book too. Absolutely. How far is everyone in the book? I am at chapter 21. I believe that's where I'm at. I had to go back and listen to a little bit because I got distracted. It is. Isn't it nice? I like it. Have a good night, Karen. Joyce is lurking. Okay. So the book we are doing, let me show that real quick for those who do not know the book that we are reading, because we're combining these book nights. I'm so glad y'all remind me on that because we are reading The Girls Who Disappeared by Claire Douglas. You can get it everywhere on Libby and Kindle and Audible. I don't know about Audible. Is it on Audible? I can't remember. But that is the book we are doing. It is set in Scotland, close to the stones, which I love because I love Outlander. And I just love Scotland. I've been watching, I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but I've been watching Mousy Makes. She is Helen Ketteridge. And she's been doing a tour of, they've been doing a tour of Scotland. They take the camper van and they go on these little outings. And oh my gosh, I just love it. It is on Audible. Okay. So this book is set over there, and the girl that is investigating the disappearance of these girls, the lady who is doing the investigating is a journalist, and she is doing this for a podcast. So the twist recently was that one of the characters that she has interviewed has now died. and now there is an investigation to find out what happened to him, and she got hit over the head. She went out to spy on it, she met one of these, local investigators, and he's been talking to her about a little bit about the town and a little bit of information, but not totally into the investigation. Well, she followed him, and she got hit on the back of the head. So, getting interesting, and I wanna tell y'all, the one girl that survived the crash lives with her mother, and I'm not so sure what I think about now. I don't know if any you guys who have finished the book, but, I don't know how I feel about the mother. Something seems off with her. Let me just put it that way. I don't know what's coming, but I know she seems off. Okay, so that was knit row 1. Row 1 was knit. Now this is row 2, and this is our pattern row. You're going to knit 1. Okay? That's your knit 1. Now you're going to purl 1, which means the yarn comes to the front. We're going to come in from the right to the left into the stitch. Going to wrap the yarn around, and then we're going to take it off the back. Then we're going to take the yarn and put it back in the back. Now you're going to knit 2. 1, 2. Bring the yarn back to the front. Purl. Yarn in the back. Knit 2. So we're going to do that all the way across. We're going to purl 1, knit 2, all the way across to the last 2 stitches. When you get on the last 2 stitches, it's going to be a purl 1, knit 1. And that's so basically you're doing that pattern. See if we lay it down here, look. So if you're not sure, you're doing this pattern on the wrong side, and you're knitting on the right side. And you know the right side because you put your marker there. So that pattern is on the wrong side, and then the knit row is on the right side. Annie says she's already got her suspect. Ah. Okay, what? Now, can you guys, it is kind of hard to tell with bulky yarn, but can you see the pattern yet? The way that the stitches sit here. These 2 are the knit ones, and this one with the wraparound is the purl one. Okay, Nisi, have a great night. I hope this made you feel better. Hanging out a little bit. Okay. Purl. Knit. Knit. Yarn forward. Purl. Yarn back. Knit. Knit. Good night, Sandy. Take care. So that's where I'm at with the book so far. It's so good though. I like the style. I like her style. And I got to looking up the person who is reading the book on Libby. I don't know if she's the same one who's reading the book on Audible, but she played oh, which character was it? She played one of the characters in Downton Abbey. Her name is Joanne Froggatt, and she played Anna Bates. That I kept listening to that voice thinking I had heard that voice before, and she played Anna Bates in Downton Abbey. That is the voice that you're hearing. If it's the same as it is for Libby, because I don't know if they use the same. I mean, I would guess that they use the same voice. I don't know that though. It's really good, Christine. You'll like it. It's very well done. Is it good? What you got? Serbs has brought his green toy in here. The Girls That Disappeared by Claire Douglas. Yes. So I wanted to tell you guys before I forget, we are tentatively looking at moving my dad the week after Thanksgiving. Yeah, there's two people. The other one is Claire. Yeah, Claire Corbett, but I can't remember what she played in. What did Claire Corbett play in? Joanne Froggatt is the one who was in Downton Abbey, but I don't remember. I did not look to see what she was in. Good night, Sharon. Take care. Glad you were here. Your daughter's friend is home. Okay. I'm glad you came in, Sharon. Can I get across? And then you're going to, in the next row, you're going to knit. And then you're going to do this one. And then you're going to knit. We're going to do that for a bit. I'm going to do a few rows of this, and then I will show you how to do the armholes. Are you understanding this better, Joan? I hope it's making more sense now. Okay, good. Good deal. Hello, Miranda. Because this is like it's going to be like a ribbing going up and down. Because you're only doing it on the one side, it'll keep that pattern on the front. So We'll get into that. I'm gonna just not say too much because I don't want to confuse everybody. I feel like I want to try to keep this as simple as possible, so I don't want to confuse people. Now we'll make sure I'm saying it right because I have a headache right now. I took my migraine pill. So in about 20 minutes, you guys, I will have to go because once that migraine pill kicks in, I'm not going to be able to talk. It really messes with my speech. Start to get kind of slurred. Maybe 30 minutes. I noticed that Chad Daybell wants to take the death sentence off the table. Well, we knew that was coming, didn't we? That's another way to slow down the proceedings. You know, they keep doing this stuff, and then what happens is it takes forever to get these people into court. It's just constantly. You think they'd want to get cleared and get out of jail. Okay, I am down to my last 3, and I figured I had an extra one. So, and I do. But when you get down to the end, you will purl 1, and then you will knit 1. But since I have an extra one, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that end one, and I'm going to pass it over. Now I only have 1. Okay, now you're going to knit again. Is it different? What's different? What did I write? What size circulars do you suggest for a beginner who's still trying to get crochet down, but I get the itch to knit? Well, we're working on, I would say stick with like maybe an 8 to like a US 8 to 10, because you're going to use probably a size 4, and I would use an 8 to 10 for a size 4 yarn. For someone who was assured he had a spot in heaven. I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. What does that mean, huh? I didn't write that any different. I did not do that different. We cast on and we knit 1 row, which was the wrong side. Then we turn and we marked it. And then we knit a row and we did the pattern row. Are you saying because of what I did? I had an extra stitch, Annie. I had to get rid of an extra stitch. It's purl 1, knit 1. No. Nope, you're hearing me wrong. And what I have written is purl 1, knit 2 to the last 2, and then it's purl 1, knit 1. And that's what I've done. Purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. Purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 1 at the end. The only thing I did different is I just got rid of that extra stitch because I had too many when I cast on. Yes. Yes, purl 1, knit 2. Good night, Adele and Gracie. Love y'all. Take care. Okay, so you were just not, it's not clicking. I guess it's not clicking for you. Because that's what I've been doing. Was purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. Purl 1, knit 2. That's what I was showing you. That's the purl right there. I may have just confused you when I did that on the end. Okay, now we go back. Row 1 is to knit. Good night, Cindy. Take care. So I'm going to knit across, and then I want to show you how to do the bind off, okay? This one is knit. And what's going to happen, let me just show you now. When you do the bind off of the 6 stitches, so I'm going to go back and pick those up. Ah. When you go to bind off the 6 stitches, you're going to have a knit row and a pattern row. So you will bind off on your knit row at the beginning. So you're going to knit 1, pass this slip stitch over, and then count 1, knit another one, pass it over, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now I'm going to knit across and show you how to do the other side. Okay. Well, good night to those that are leaving. This is a shortened version because I can't, there's no way I could do the whole, we'd be here for about 3 days to do the back. I can't do the back all at one night. So this is how you're going to do it when you do your bind off. You bind those first 6, and then you're going to knit all the way over. To knit up all your yarn barf? Oh, okay. Did you pull something out? You had to pull the belly out and you got a yarn barf. See what else? So I think there's going to be cameras. Is there going to be cameras for Coburger? I want to say there is. The other one that is going on right now is Caitlin Armstrong. They've had opening statements and they have released some video and audio from the case, but they wouldn't let cameras in for the rest of it. But that one should be going, it should be ending really soon. It went all week. Oh, it was codependent. Okay. It was the baby on the inside, huh? And also, I wanted to mention we have our first episode of the Nitty Gritty Justice on Spotify. It is out, it is up, it is ready to be listened to. Our next episode will come out on the 20th of November. And we're already working on our 3rd episode. Yep. Very excited about these. And there should be a link down below. I can't remember. If it's not there, it will be. Oh, darn it, Suzanne. Somebody else had that last time when they were trying to do it. Best thing to do is to walk away and try again tomorrow or in an hour or something like that. Okay, that was your knit one. Now we're going to do this with the pattern side. Okay, so here's our 6 from the other side. Because we're doing this in a pattern, I just want to show you how that works. When you see all of this, you're just going to see all the same because we just knit them. So you're going to bind off the way we did on the other side. That's 1. That's 2. Same way we did on the other side. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, our pattern is knit 1, purl 1, and knit 2. So this one counts as a knit. We did the 6, and we have a knit here. So now you're going to go into the purls. So now you're going to put the yarn in the front, going to purl 1, yarn in back, and knit 2. Yarn back, purl 1, yarn forward, yarn back. See, my medicine's kicking in, y'all. So now let me turn it. And we are in pattern. You see the pattern right here? These are our knit ones. There's our purls. It puts us right into the pattern. Yes, bind off as if they are knit. Were you just knitting along, Annie? And that's the only time you do it. Now you just work in the pattern. Again, we do that until because you're going to have 20 inches, and then you're going to do this bind off, and then you're going to have either 9.5, 10.5, or 11.5 from here to the top, like this. So this part here needs to be 20 inches, and then this is the right here, the bind off, and you're going to have either 9.5, 10.5, or 11.5 from there to the top. Everybody understand? I hope so, because I'm going to have to let y'all go now. Down a one-way street. Yeah, I do that quite often myself. Okay, my medicine is kicking in. I need to turn the lights in this room off and go quiet down for a bit until this headache goes away. So I love y'all. I thank you so much. I can't wait to see what yours look like. Cindy, I don't know if you're doing the pattern or if you're going to continue in stockinette. Now you know that you need basically 30 inches from the bottom. So you could just do that in stockinette and just do your bind off. Bind your 6 stitches and still do your stockinette. But remember, yes, I figured you were modifying, so you could do it that way. Now, when I want to be sure and tell you, when we do the sides, there's going to be that ribbing, okay? So just wanted to let y'all know, because I know, Cindy, if you're modifying, you're going to do your stockinette, and then you're going to do that ribbing, if that's when you're going to continue to do it that way. And also, on the sleeves, I will let you guys know that if you want to add more length to these, because they're going to be 3/4. See, my words are starting to slur. Wait until after we have attached the sleeve to and put it all together, and then you can go back and pick up and go around and add some length and still be able to do a couple of decreases along the way. Okay? And it will be easier to do once everything is sewn together. So I will let y'all know how to do that when we get done, but I won't be doing that. I want it as the 3/4. So, okay. Well, it'll look really great. I know it will. I know it will. Thank you so much. I'm glad you came in, Miranda. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. I will see you in a few days. I'm working on a couple of things for, I don't have a whole lot to show you for the podcast. So I have a couple other things I'm going to be doing for that, but I will still get you a video out. Okay. Love y'all. I love you, Carrie. I love you, Chelsea. I love you, Oliver. I love you, Solomon. I love you, Bijou. And I love all y'all. Have fun today. See y'all later.